Happy anniversary, Davin.
Hola, Jerry. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that because today is apparently your 15-year anniversary at work.
Yes, it is. I can't
Not
believe.
here, because this isn't actually work. This is fun.
Yes. I can't believe I
So
made it 15 years.
I can't either, and nobody else in the entire building can.
How many HR people have I been through? How many bosses have I been through?
Yeah, you've outlasted some people. That's for sure.
How many auto shows have I done over 15 years? And then, if you include the 6 years I was at the other company, wow.
Let's say 400.
Yeah, I would say at least. Well, around it. Well, let's see. If you got that's 21 years total. If you add the other company in, and I average probably,
Probably 20 shows a year.
yeah, based on automotive only. So there's a lot. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot, but what do we want to do first? First, do you want to? All right, I think I better do this because I was asked to perform a little intervention today with you
With me,
because
yeah.
people were worried about you. Some of our coworkers in the warehouse came up to me,
Oh,
worried about you.
what are they worried about?
They overheard you saying something about Jesus being a crack whore, and they were concerned. So I figured I might maybe step in and let you know that's probably, first of all, it's not even possible because crack wasn't around then. But let's just push the science aside and just make sure that you realize that Jesus would never be a crack whore.
Jesus likes bestiality.
What is this all about? What's your new
Oh.
thing here?
No, I was showing Jason because there's a bar in Atlanta, and I asked Jason because we were talking about different bars and restaurants we go to across the country, and he always calls me up for special advice for
Yeah.
where to go in what city because he doesn't travel as much as I do. Well,
Yeah.
there is a bar in Atlanta called Sister Louisa's
Oh,
living room couch and House of the Ping Pong Emporium.
yeah, I remember this. We talked about it on the show when you went the first time.
Yep. So what I was doing was I was looking through the artwork that is in Sister Louisa's, and what they do is they've got like hand painted Jesuses doing the stuff you'd see in a nun's house.
Well, and
But
it's sort of like some sort of, I guess you'd call it a sacrilegious theme at that place, probably.
right, yeah. What they do is they take those pictures, they hang them all over the wall, but then they spray paint sayings and shit on them. And the cool part about this bar is it does have ping pong tables, okay?
Yeah, and
Bar,
it was a church, wasn't it?
uh, I think they've got two locations now. There's some backstory about her being a nun and all that other stuff. You could read it on their frickin' menu, but
No.
but the
Okay.
cool part is they do church organ karaoke.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
They got a big pulpit, and you go up there and you request just like you're requesting for regular karaoke. But this guy throws a robe on you. You get up there like you're preaching, and he goes ahead and plays that church organ. But there's some sick and twisted shit on the walls in this place. So I was showing
Yeah.
Jason and reading some of the lines and stuff like that. So that's where the Jesus is a crack whore came from.
Yeah, because you don't really strike me as the kind of guy who would just run around spouting off that Jesus was a crack whore.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty explosive statement, and I know we probably have some Christian listeners that would be upset if you actually thought that way.
Right.
So, I am not going to name the episode Jesus is not a crack whore, just because I think that might be a little bit too much for Facebook and iHeartRadio, places like that.
Yeah, that might go. We
But
don't really talk about religion on the show too much anyway, so.
no, but let's just pretend that's the title of the show right now.
Jesus is not a crack whore, Davin.
No, don't put that in there.
I'll get all
Imagine the
kinds of
amount
hate
of
mail.
clickbait we would get from that, though. There'd be a ton of clickbait on that and complaints. I don't know. It might be a good idea to name it that. I don't know.
Jesus is a crack whore. Well, they did have Jesus holding a lamb, and it said Jesus likes bestiality.
Is that what it said?
Yes,
Oh,
they've got all. Go to their website. Just look up Sister Louisa's, and it'll pop
Yeah.
up. and then there's all different. You could look at pictures of the bar, and they're big into Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. All right. That
Yeah.
ought to tell you something to start with. You know, we are performing a public service today.
Okay.
Just because now we're telling all of our Christian listeners where not to go.
It's not a church. It's a bar.
Yeah. But that was one. There was your intervention. I sort of knew it had to be a rational explanation because
Right.
I've never heard you sit around grumbling
Well-
about religion ever.
Well, that's kind of the whole thing. Today, no one was on my side of the cube wall except for Mark was down working on, fixing stuff, and everyone else was on the other side playing with their computers and working on programs, and Doug was fixing the rack, and everyone's, over there, and then they decided to take a break and shoot some darts for a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's when I showed Jason. So
Right.
And they heard me yell that out, so they probably thought I was nuts. I would imagine.
Yeah.
'Cause
Like most people do.
I yell out
Could have
random
ended.
stuff.
Could have ended your 15-year career right then.
Well, yeah, could have. Well, I do all kinds of weird stuff at work. Like yesterday was that In Sync song Bye Bye Bye.
I do. Yeah.
Well, I was listening to my iPod on shuffle in the garage the night before, and that came up right after what is that Beyonce song? If you want it, put a ring on it or something like that. I got weird stuff on my iPod. So,
Yeah.
or marry it, yeah, whatever. Put a ring on it, whatever.
We got it.
So anyway, that song, the Bye 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 song, came on afterwards, and I started listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, this needs to be a heavy metal song. It really does.
Right.
So I did my best heavy metal impersonation, the yelling and screaming, and then they found one on YouTube, and that's the
Oh
one.
yeah. I was going to say because you sent me a YouTube thing, and
And they made my pop song already. I was
Right.
bummed, but I think you and I could do a better job at that song.
a heavy metal "Bye Bye Bye" song.
Yeah, we should record it.
Well, we have lots of friends we know with real recording studios,
Yeah.
unlike the studios we're both in right now.
Right. Or
We have
maybe
real ones.
Maybe we can do what other songs was I thinking? There was a bunch of them. But
How about Peppy, our unpaid intern, and his unpaid intern? They could both do it.
Oh, that's true. Yes, Peppy has his own intern now. So does that
Yeah.
mean that we have two interns?
That means, yeah, because if Peppy has an intern that he's training, and he's our intern,
Right.
that just makes perfect sense to me that we own that guy too.
Yeah. Do we know? We don't even know his name, but it's Peppy's Peppy.
Oh no, I know his name.
Oh, okay.
Peppy's intern. Yeah. Just plain old Peppy's intern.
Peppy and Peppy's intern. Okay. I like that.
You know, this show is not about you, Davin.
Oh, I know. That's what we were told. It's not all about us.
We have other complaints that we weren't talking about enough. I don't know what it is. Enough. I get the impression. It was from Bill. It was from our fine listener and contributor, Bill Christensen, spelled correctly.
The
And
angry, angry Bill.
I don't think he's talking about current events, but I don't know what he's angling for. He wanted to hear less about us.
I think the last two shows he thought went slow.
Well, I don't remember them, so they may have.
Maybe he was just stuck in traffic because he only listens
Could
to
be
us
having a
on the
bad
way
day.
in. Yeah.
So I'll give one that I know that you're involved in,
Okay.
just to kick it off with some current event talk.
Okay.
There's a new craze that's spreading across the globe, and everybody knows right now what I'm talking about. It is Pokemon Go.
Yeah, oh
It's
God.
the new phone application that lets you go around and collect Pokemon
Now,
characters / monsters or whatever.
I don't get this whole thing. So what do you do once you collect them? You go to a place on the Pokemon map and then you buy it, or what do you do with these fucking little Pong things or whatever the hell you're collecting and running around getting hit by cars, breaking
Why'd
your
you have
ankles?
to ask that question? Because I don't play the game.
Okay.
All of the stuff that I have about this game have nothing to do with the gameplay. But I can guess, and I remember, listeners, not to get all crazy, all of you geek people that know all the rules. From what I understand, you capture them, and then you can, I think you can make them work to create items for you, sort of like farming in other games. And I also think you can meet other people in a special area on your map, and they have what they call gyms, and you can make them fight against each other.
That's like mugging someone and making them your bitch.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing. You know that, don't you? They set it up to where they'll tell everybody where a special Pokemon monster type thing is,
Okay.
and then they'll wait for people to show up and they'll rob them. It happened to like 4 people.
Oh God. And I saw our friends in Wyoming.
Yeah.
There was actually a girl that was searching for her Pokemon, whatever, and she found a dead body.
Yeah, I heard that too, under an overpass or something.
Yeah, but what they didn't really give you any details on was the dead body. Was the dead body another Pokemon asshole running around and tripped and fell down the cliff and ended
No,
up in the water?
I'm guessing it's probably a dead homeless person that was, or like an addict underneath a bridge.
Or is
She
it,
just
or,
ran
or is
across
it
it.
like those muggers that killed somebody and had to hide the body, but said, "I want it to be found"?
Or you think maybe they were setting it up like
Maybe it's a
we'll alert the police through Pokemon Go.
A Pokemon serial killer.
Uh-oh. Now you're onto something. The other thing they're doing too is I guess they're setting them up, or maybe you can put yours in places for other people to find,
Right.
but they're doing it in graveyards just to make people walk through graveyards.
Oh, okay.
My nephew Adam told me that. He said that's a big deal where they keep making everybody walk through graveyards.
Well, I was talking
Just
to one of our
'cause it's creepy.
programmers today, or I don't know what his exact title is. Our friend Jeff Perrin,
Yeah, I saw Jeff playing the game today. Yeah.
and they did some research because a lot of times clients will come back and say, "Hey, we want you to do something similar to this." So
Right.
that actual Pokemon game was downloaded 5 million times on Android, and just
Yeah.
two days later, it had 10 million downloads.
That's a lot of downloads.
Now, what this game, from what I understand, does is it asks you to access your contacts, all this other shit. It accesses your camera,
Yep.
and what else? All your photos, obviously. And it uses GPS, so it knows your location.
Yep. That's all explained simply, though, because if you look at the game, I think there's 2 ways that you can use it. You can use it with your actual camera, so you're pointing your camera around the area,
Right.
and then you see the little monster superimposed.
Okay.
Or you could use the GPS overlay, which gives you sort of like the Google Maps type view.
Right.
You could look at it that way.
The problem with conspiracy theorists is they're going to say that the government was involved and they're now tracking all these fucking people. So you think the government's smart enough, they're all sitting in a boardroom and they're going, how can we get access to everybody's phone and camera and photos and location in the countries, because we need to control them.
Right. I know. Let's use Pokemon Go. A bully. I agree, Senator.
Then someone was trying to tell me that the CIA was involved with the development of the game.
I'm sure that that's completely false. Who told you that? I can only guess. I can guess who told you that if it was at work.
He sits by you.
Oh, no, then it wouldn't be.
He sits. You could throw something and hit him, but you couldn't like reach over and slap him in the face.
Why don't you just say his name? He don't care, probably.
Yeah, it's true. It's Ryan.
It was Ryan? Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, greetings. I don't even know if he listens.
Yeah.
I had a weird one today. I went in to ask a very important inventory control question, and Jen Potter said, "Hey, what's on the podcast tonight?"
I didn't know she listens.
I didn't either. Welcome, Jen Potter.
Hi, Jen Potter. There's all kinds of people that are listening that we have no idea they listen to because they don't never comment or say anything about it. They just make fun of us behind our backs a bit.
Right, bunch of silent prankster, jokester idiots making fun of us, stupids.
Hey, this is
I know that was a little harsh, all that hard
This-
language I just used.
right now. Bill is like turning his volume down, going, "It's about them again. They're talking about them again. I want to hear news topics."
All right, Joe Perry had a heart attack. That's his name, right?
Yep. And actually, we're going to that concert tomorrow night.
I know, and I did ask Lisa about it, and just as I presumed,
You predicted it.
yep, we are not going. Just
Okay.
because we have the whole thing is, and here we go. Sorry, Bill, but we have very limited weekend time because of all the events that happen in the summer to actually be able to do like little yard worky type stuff. We haven't done anything, so she planned it all out for me to use a shovel this weekend, and do all of that and staining of fence posts and
Oh, you're doing all the stuff that I've got slave labor for.
yeah, you do. We'll get to that though. Your slave labor. I use Pokemon to do my fence staining.
Exactly. While you're over
Anyway,
here chasing this guy, paint the fence.
we got off in the weeds, as they say at work. But Joe Perry is playing in a band called what? The Vampire. What are they? Vampire.
Hollywood Vampires.
Hollywood Vampires. Yeah, I knew I was going off the wrong way there. And Alice Cooper sings, and Johnny Depp's in it, and what? Some Stone Temple Pilot people or something.
Yep.
Bunch of famous musicians.
It's
But
just-
they played a gig a few nights ago, and Joe Perry looked really sick and walked to the side of the stage. You saw the video. What did he do? He sat down first, and then he got up and disappeared and fell down behind an amplifier with a
Yeah.
mild heart attack, from what I hear.
I thought maybe he was like too drugged out because he looked like really dehydrated and just the way he kind of stumbled.
Oh, the big Lucky, if he was all drugged out, living
Yeah.
that rock star life.
Yep, but he's probably too old for that now.
I don't know. Well, look at Keith Richards, man. I think he stopped everything altogether because he looks healthier now than he's ever looked.
Yeah. Okay, ready for another little topic change?
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
still
well-
with Joe Perry.
well,
I want
this
to
is-
I
this
want
is-
to ask you a question
No,
about
this
rock
is
and roll
this
stars.
Is, this is Joe Perry related though.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
When I drove for the limo service, we used to drive Aerosmith,
Okay.
and they would drive their own Lincoln Town cars. Okay, so each member of the band had their own black Lincoln Town car
That they would physically drive
That-
themselves or have a driver.
that they would physically drive themselves because
Okay.
they don't tour like they used to. They stay at a location for like 5 days at a time, but they may only
Yeah.
do one concert or two concerts.
Right.
So they bring their families. So I was driving like the wives over to Somerset, which is a high-end mall by us, and taking
Yeah.
them out to lunch and getting their nails done and their hair done and that type of thing. And
Yeah.
I would see the band members come and go, and we would end up taking them to the sound checks and that type of stuff. But that was really the only time we ever picked up the band was to and from the main event.
Right.
It was mostly dealing with the wives and
Okay.
Steven Tyler's daughter, by the way, who's now an actress or whatever. Anyway,
Liv.
Liv
Right.
Tyler, she's good looking too. Just throwing that in.
Sure you are.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting waiting for the wives to come out, and I see Joe Perry come out, and then I see this black Lincoln Town car come out. Joe Perry walks around, hops in, drives off. Then
All right.
then I see this other couple come out. They're both wearing black. Their heads are kind of down, and then I see the valet like looking around, and then he goes in and he's talking to the concierge inside, and there's a big commotion, and these people are like, you could see them throwing their arms up. I can't hear them because I'm sitting in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Then I see the white Townsend minivan pull around, and the guy is bitching, and they throw these people in the minivan and they take off.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
Tell us.
Because I go in to talk to the concierge, and he evidently, when they pulled up the black town car, it was for those people, and they were going to they specifically got a black Lincoln Town car because they were in town for a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Perry hopped in their car and took off for the day. So now they can't give Joe Perry's car to these people because what if they're both in accidents and the liability and everything? So
Yeah.
they have to tell these people. First, they called our limo service to see if we had a car available that could get there right away to go to this funeral, and we didn't. And so I heard that through the grapevine from my boss, and I said, well, I can do it right now, but then I was booked for the Aerosmith Wives, so that would have really complicated it.
Yeah.
So,
Although they should have paid for that mistake. They're the
Oh.
wives, however.
oh, I am sure they paid for that mistake because this couple was not fucking happy. I'm sure they got free room. They can come back whenever they want for free. That type of thing. It was, it was actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Thank you. We have a title for the show now. Joe Perry stole my car.
There you go. Oh, that's a good. We'll get a lot of hits.
That'll be a good one. He's current right now for his health issues.
Yes. People.
Hey, you
are-
also gave away a big secret in the Detroit metro area
What's that? How,
because you said the Townsend.
yes, the Townsend
That's-
Hotel.
That's where every single big name rock musician, anybody who's coming to town, all the big names stay. Paul McCartney, anybody will stay there. It seems to be the place to go for all the stars, right?
Except for Oprah.
Where'd she stay?
She stayed at the Stroh River Place.
I don't even know what that is. Sounds shitty.
It kind of is. It's like off the map. But they did. She was when I drove her. She was in town doing a show for about gang violence, and they.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this years and years ago, and it was at the Fox Theater. And she was doing her. This was when she was doing the Oprah show. Still
Yeah.
on TV. It was still, she didn't get into the radio network bullshit she's into now.
But she's got her own TV network. right
Yep.
now.
So WCSX, JJ and the Morning Crew were doing a stalking Oprah.
Okay.
So they were giving any listener who could call them or get a hold of them. They were giving away $10,000, I think, to their favorite charity. So
Yeah.
I brought this up to Oprah's Secret Service because we went through. He came in a couple days before. We went through A, B, and C, three different ways to drive at any given time because they thought there was going to be problems with the show. And this guy's a former presidential Secret Service. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if I yell out A, this is the route you take. So we spent 2 days in the limo practicing any possible way to get in and out of any place that Oprah may or may not stop at.
Very important woman, this Oprah.
So what ended up happening is I told him, I said, well, we may have a problem because this radio station is doing this promotion and they're giving away this money and we may have people trying to follow us.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, what's the call letters of the radio station? I gave him that. And who is the person that talked about it? Okay. So then the next day when I'm driving her to the show, I asked the Secret Service guy, I said, did you end up, taking care of that? And he's like, we called, but they didn't know. And there was a big article in the paper that morning that
Yeah.
Oprah had called the afternoon DJ. He knew nothing about the promotion and hung up on her.
He hung up on her.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're in the car on the way to the Fox Theater from the Stroh River Place, and he dials in the radio station, the Secret Service guy, hands the phone back to Oprah. Oprah gets on the air on the morning show. It's live. Hey, JJ, I hear you're looking for me.
Yeah.
And he's just floored that Oprah is on the line calling in. And she ended up donating the money. She turned herself in to JJ.
I figured that was coming, like that she claimed the cash for her charity or she
And,
did something herself. Yeah.
Then she gave it to Oprah for Angels and then went all on about what Oprah for Angels stands for and then went all on about her show at the Fox Theater. It was great
Yep.
publicity for her, and I got a high five, actually, from the Secret Service guy.
Because
the
you
end.
were a rat. You were a rat fink.
Yeah,
That's what you were.
I wanted the 10 grand myself. Fuck, I
A
should have.
stool pigeon.
I
Yeah,
should've-
you should have done it
just,
yourself.
Just called. Hey, JJ, dude,
You
I got
could
her.
have set up your own charity too, like Davin's kids. And just donate to your own family.
Yeah, that was years and years ago. God, some of the limo stories I have, holy shit, too many to list.
Yeah, that's fun stuff.
So what else you got?
I don't know. I was actually thinking about Joe Perry still for a second because I think it's hilarious that, in a way, the rock star life sucks really badly,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to be a rock star. You can't just walk around not being a rock star. And you know this because every time you see pictures of them, they're all dressed like rock stars.
Yep.
So there's your main problem there. You know how much time it would take every morning to put all of those rings and bracelets and necklaces and special like scarves and shit all through your leather clothes and stuff.
Which pink
just to
bandana?
get
Yeah, which pink bandana am I wearing today?
right, just to get ready to go to CVS.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God.
That whole life, I think, in a way, would really be shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one of the reasons I think about how shitty it is too is because Joe Perry was in Aerosmith, right? Yeah. So
Right.
John Bon Jovi. There's another viral video out that people will have to look up because we don't have the way to play the audio for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that great of audio anyway. But
Yeah.
so I guess just recently he was at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And the wedding band starts playing "Living on a Prayer."
Oh God! And then they want him to sing, and
Yep, you know it.
Fuck all that shit.
And he did not want to be a part of this, and he got goaded into going up and doing this thing. And I guess it's a really funny video. Maybe we could link it to the post on Facebook if I can find it, where you could just tell throughout the whole thing that he's just like, "Fucking kill me now."
Yeah,
you
but
really want to listen to it for the wedding singer's voice because she's like, she's just like, "Come on, John," it's weird, like they're buddies, like they're peers,
like they're best buddies, and he's like, "Why the
Yeah.
fuck did I come to this goddamn wedding just because I knew Uncle Lou? Fuck."
yeah, or it's like one of his wife's friends' kids or something like that, or some
then
weird
again-
shit.
Then again, he's doing that fucking stupid cable commercial about turning
That
back
is
time.
stupid. Yeah, that's a horrible, and he sounds shitty in that commercial
And he
too.
looks fucking old as shit.
I don't know what happened. It seemed like last year he looked normal, and this year all of a sudden he looks like he's a grandpa.
Yeah, I saw him
Like-
a few years back when Saturn was around. He actually was at the auto show
Yeah.
for Saturn,
Mm-hmm.
and he looked young, and all the girls were all ooh. Then again,
Right.
I've been doing this 20 fucking years.
Well, if you're wondering if you look young, you don't.
I don't, because I pretty much I think that sunk in today when I walked my daughter through the warehouse.
Yeah.
I realized
Yep.
that I'm a dad.
Yeah. You're a dad of a 17-year-old kid. You, sir, are no John Bon Jovi.
Oh no! And there was complete work stoppage when she came through the warehouse.
Yeah. Because she's far better looking than you are.
Mm-hmm.
So
She's closer to
you-
their age. She's like Peppy's age. Closer to Peppy's age.
yeah, we're trying to make it be not creepy for everybody, but she's not an ugly kid.
No.
She's like the super dancer, cheerleader style. People on the show or people who listen to the show know she went to prom with the captain of the football team and all that.
So yeah.
So she's pretty much as unlike Davin as you can find.
Exactly. Don't picture my face on a girl's body because that ain't what it is.
But you know what? She does, because I haven't spent too much time with her. She does have a bunch of your characteristics. If you look at some of your old pictures from the 80s,
Yeah.
there's some facial similarities.
Okay.
She just took the good parts. That's all.
Well, she's got a little bit of my sense of humor too, as you saw. Jerry and I went to
Yeah.
lunch with my daughter today because she didn't have to work today. So we do Thai food Thursday every time we get a chance on Thursdays.
Pad Thai Thursday.
Pad Thai Thursday, brought to you by the You Name It podcast.
But what's the place called? On 10 Mile and Telegraph, it's called what?
I don't even know. Thai Palette.
Bangkok House.
Yes,
Or
something like that.
Thai Palace or whatever. You'll
But-
find it. It'll be the one with the line out the door.
Yeah, just you got to go earlier is the key, or later after lunch, because the lunch rush is out of freaking control.
Yeah. So anyway, she showed up for lunch, and then Davin proudly paraded her throughout the entire business.
Well, she hadn't been at our office since she was 6 years old, so that was the last time she was there. That would be almost 15 years ago.
Right. I mean, you might as well have had a T-shirt on that said, "Look what I made."
Yeah, that's true. Like, holy shit, So,
I'm not all that bad. Look what I made.
well, now they're all probably trying to figure out what my ex-wife looks like, because she obviously didn't get the looks from me.
Yeah. Because your ex-wife must be gorgeous. I like the I like that period of silence
that
after I said
that long pause. We're
I'll
not
take
gonna,
this
we're,
time.
We're not
I'll
gonna,
take
we'll get in trouble.
I'll take this time, this short period of time, to erase Jesus is a crack whore from my show notes.
This long pause. Yeah, Jerry, I wasn't gonna go there.
Anyway, I can bring the people up to speed about what I thought was hilarious about your day.
Okay, go
Was
ahead.
that is that Davin decided that instead of just giving away money to the kids like a lot of people do for allowance or whatever, just to be that guy, that they were going to have to do something. He's being a real parent style guy who's just saying, no,
Well-
you can do some chores around here.
Well,
you know?
here's the problem. I come home and I'm a tidy person, and there's fucking empty glasses, dirty dishes. Someone made macaroni and cheese and thought I had a garbage disposal and dumped it in the sink. That type of shit, laying all over the place. It smells. Kids don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck about that.
I know, yeah.
So my daughter goes, I told her before she goes to bed she needs to clean the kitchen. She goes, I'll clean it in the morning. The next day I come back from work. It's like, it's the same thing that was there that night. Plus now there's more piled in.
Of course there is. Yeah.
And they can't, well, the dishwasher was full. So empty the fucker.
Right. But you came up with the brilliant idea of assigning prices to each little housekeeping chore,
Correct.
which was a smart idea.
It's their chore list.
And then I thought it was funny because he presented her his rate schedule at lunch as though it was a business meeting.
It's true. And she's got Jerry there. Like, Jerry's looking it over and, like, the mediator between the conversation.
Right.
Like,
I had the meeting agenda in front of me, and
like empty the dishwasher, $2. That's okay. Okay, that's reasonable. And I have to say, well, I was gonna make it $1, but they won't do it for $1, so you got to make it worth their while. So I made it $2, and then Lauren chimed in with, well, it should be more than that because we don't know where stuff goes in your house, and we have to search. It takes longer. And there's all these little conversations going on.
well, yeah, but they were all very. The thing was that when this joke, in my mind, started, I thought it would be hilarious if you had a little business meeting with her, and I had no idea that it was going to turn out the way it did because she fell right into it, and then she was saying things, and you're just going like, it doesn't mean you can just wipe the windows because if there's streaks on them, it's not done well, so it would be worth that much money. We're not going to pay you for. And she's like, I understand. And I'm like going, holy shit, it is a real business meeting.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it was. It was probably more productive than some of your meetings.
And then I tried to wreck it by just making jokes and stuff, but they were too concerned about this. So here we go with even more of it because I make the joke. You know what, Lauren? Do you know how to send an invoice in? And so she goes, what? And I go, you put your name and address at the top, and you list the work that you've done and how much money you get. And then it went away until later that day when she invoiced you.
She did. She left me an invoice on the counter. Here's what you owe me. Here's what I did.
Right.
Lauren and the date. I'm like, what the fuck?
Perfect.
She's learning.
It was a very productive day.
She did mention that our office, she wants to work there. She wants to be an intern, or count me in is what she said.
Yeah.
Because when we came in, the LED wall is huge in the back.
Yeah.
All the jobs are on. She goes, oh, I almost didn't recognize this place because you guys changed your logo. I'm like, yep, we changed our logo.
Yeah.
And then we start walking through, and we walk past the chick farm, which is...
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that. That's new, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I don't get that. Why this particular person would put a poster that said Chick Farm up next to his cube,
Well, what happened was, he sits in this project management area, and when they were shuffling all people around, they started moving in more females by him. And he referred to it, he's a kind of a racist pig. Anyway, he referred to it as a chick farm. So one day he was out on a site check or something, and maybe one of his shows that he was working on. But they decorated his desk with all these little chickadees, and they made a big barn with his face in the middle, and they've got picketed fence around his cube.
Oh,
And
that's what happened. I thought he found it and put it up.
no,
And then I was gonna have to pump the brakes on this episode for a minute. No,
no,
they were
they
they were
did
making fun of him.
they did it
Yeah.
to him. And,
Yeah.
and then HR came over and looked at it, and she laughed.
Well, in that way, it's sort of like alerting him how stupid his thought process was about that,
Right.
in a workplace. So,
So he's leaving it up, from what I
well,
understand.
of course, yeah,
So
of
that's
course.
the chick
But anyway,
club.
you paraded her through, and she petted the dogs, didn't she?
She did not see the dogs. That was the bummer. But I told her about it when I got home. But she
Okay.
came in. She's like, "You guys got a batting cage net in your office?" Yeah, we do. And then there's this spot over there where you can shoot arrows at targets, and then we play darts. There's a dart board in the back. There's a pool table up on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, bocce ball tournaments at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about
You
last
guys
week.
know
with-
all that,
with
right?
the-
Thirsty Thursday, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, all the interns have this warped sense of, well, she comes from a bakery, so she's looking at all this stuff. And yeah, when we came back from lunch and everyone was out, she's like, "What are they doing?" I said, "They're playing bocce." No freaking way. And my daughter's got my mouth on her, doesn't she?
Yeah, she threw out a couple of F-bombs. I caught that. Surrounded by Christensen rants.
Oh, oh, the car ride back was good.
Yeah. But you know about this place we work at, it's great. And Lisa even was saying, because I'll sometimes tell her what's on the lunch menu, and because they give us, for all the new people, there's always new people, they give us lunch and breakfast 3 days a week.
Yeah,
And snacks in the afternoon.
yeah, ice cream cone.
So Lisa's like, quit telling me what's. I want to work there so bad. I'll clean that whole building for free just to go there and eat.
There's our company is constantly eating. There's so much. They're all about food. They really are. There's constantly stuff. You'll get a mass email. There's leftover Greek food in the kitchen if anyone's interested. And you go in there and
Well,
it's
and
like,
everybody's cool about it too, because if they have a client meeting and there's leftover food, they'll take it into the common area for everybody to have. And
problem is all the truck drivers and delivery guys know.
yeah,
So they'll come in on Monday and go, "What's on the menu this week?" And then they'll kind of, time their deliveries so they're actually at our office on barbecue day. That type of thing.
no, and I'll say it again. I think that it's genius because just like Google, it increases productivity. Because how many times have you found I just did it yesterday. I didn't have a lunch. I
Right.
just walked down, I grabbed 2 pieces of beautiful, delicious pizza, went back to my desk, and continued to work while I ate the pizza.
Right. So you're super
And never even
productive.
never even had a lunch, and didn't care because they fed me. It was great.
Right. And God, 3 times a week you're getting more done on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at breakfast and lunch than
Yeah.
because you're not having people come in late because they got to stop and they got to get a bagel or they got to go to McDonald's. So they're actually on.
Yeah, nobody's screwing around and wasting time because it's right there for you. There's a whole different
Yeah.
mindset. when
Keep
it's
them
like
in the
that.
building. If they don't leave the building,
Yeah.
you're better off.
Well, we only go eat lunch once a week and go eat pad thai Thursday.
Well, that's 'cause
Even though they
Thursday-
feed you on Thursday, but we just chose Thursday because it seemed to rhyme with pad thai.
Yeah, that and it's salad day. It's usually salad day. You know how healthy
Which
I
is-
am.
Well, it's salad and leftover day,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't bad.
If they had pizza and beer day on Thursday, we wouldn't be having pad thai.
Yeah, well, they have salad and beer on Thursday. Remember, Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
I almost took a Snapchat of the cart because I forgot about it, and I'm sitting there at my desk, and I hear this bell ringing, and I'm looking around, and oh, there it is. And
Was it the
they're
j-
pushing the cart through.
Was it the cowbell or did they do the jingle jingle?
It was the jingle jingle, and it was from our friend who wants to be on the show, Hannah.
Hannah Day, yep.
Hannah Day was pushing the cart and collecting the tips, and all of that. I almost took a picture of it though.
We do have the googliness. We definitely do have the googliness.
Yeah, we even have weird furniture that you feel like you shouldn't sit on. That's like round and stuff.
Well, that and yeah, it's what the big balls,
Yeah, like in the one area,
like
cool.
the yoga balls. They've got that punching bag. Does anyone use that punching bag?
I don't know. I might start. It's getting stressful over there. A lot of work going on.
Actually, we do get a lot done for.
Oh shit! I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
I won. I won huge on a slot machine last night. I won. I hit for $180,000 with a times 10 bonus on it for $1.8 million.
Holy shit!
I was
didn't
dreaming.
I didn't even. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't even know you went to the casino.
No, I was dreaming when it happened.
Okay.
But that was an actual dream I had, and I thought after I woke up, now I know exactly how I would act if I won something like that.
Okay.
Because you're in a dream, you completely believe it's happening, right?
Right.
So I remember how excited I was. I also remember how I was trying to get Lisa to look at the computer printout of the award. And she was just doing the usual, like, leave me alone, I'm busy right now, and not wanting to look, and I'm getting upset because I'm like, you don't understand, you got to see this.
The award. This is me getting the award.
Yeah.
Was it in a
I
giant
remember,
fragile box?
For Gilly, yeah. It's a major award. But I remember my brother showed up at some point to make sure that I still had that sheet of paper because I needed it to claim it or something like that. Because I have no idea what kind of machine I was on. It was like it was weird. It was like a Pac-Man game.
Now,
or something.
now, does any of this stem from the last couple lotteries being so big, and also the fact that we kind of tease you the fact that you buy your lottery tickets online? Like, how do
I think part of it has to do with playing online because I do occasionally play one scratch-off ticket game online that gives you the multiple bonus thing. And the top one is the 10 times bonus. So I think that came into it. And also that we've been playing Powerball and Mega Millions last couple of draws.
So what'd you end up doing with
But-
all this money is what I want to know.
Well, first, let's all make fun of me. Because once Lisa looked in the dream, when she looked at the sheet of paper and she got excited with me, I got all choked up and then made the statement that now we have a retirement plan.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's probably what would happen in real life, too. I would probably be near to tears because I could now relax and not worry about retirement. You know?
Oh,
But that's my advice to everybody. If you want to know how you're going to react when you win millions of dollars, just dream about it. It's easy. Do that.
oh, Jerry's retirement plan.
Because it's never going to fucking happen in real life, that's for sure.
Well, that's Bill's retirement plan too. Is
Yeah.
winning the lottery.
I guess we lost all of our money in the 250 ticket crusade to get the
Yeah.
Powerball, right? Or Mega Millions, whatever one it was.
Yeah, we won like $27, and then he rolled it into.
Yeah. Into $4, and
and then that rolled down to nothing.
well, he should have taken the $4 and bought himself a beer for having to go buy the tickets.
The funny thing is, he had to kick in money to get a full ticket on the Powerball because it was like $2. So he had to kick in $1 himself, and
Yeah.
Yunky came over and handed him change for his portion.
Oh, like 3 cents.
It was, yeah, there was 25 people in it. So here's your 4 pennies, Bill. My share.
Oh, that's funny. All right, that was my lottery.
I'm still reeling over the invoice because she did all that work, that $45 worth of work she did from when she left us at lunchtime to when I got home. Because I got home,
Yeah.
and you remember something about Mary, the movie?
Yes, I do.
Remember when the grandma got into the drugs or whatever, and she was just running around on speed? She's lifting the couch up and vacuuming under it and all that other shit.
Oh, you're picturing that, yeah.
That was probably Lauren getting all these goddamn chores done. But the house looks great.
She had 4 hours to do it, probably.
And so I was doing the math. Okay, she made $45, so she's making $11 an hour.
That's perfect. Yeah.
So that worked out. So far the chore chart's working out well.
Yeah, and then our supervisor, Mark Yunke, I showed him the invoice, and then he's the one that texted back.
Did you get a PO number? No.
No, he texted back about you paying her not enough. Like something about you were paying
wage.
her illegal immigrant wages.
Yeah.
Is what he was doing.
Well, with this new government, everyone has to be $15 an hour or whatever the fuck they're trying to do.
I don't care about any of that.
No. Nor do
I do think I will. It does confuse me sometimes when you think about how much profit these giant corporations make and how little they'll pay people. But then the other argument is like, well, all of those people in the corporation, they started it with their investments and they should make all this money forever. Like, I don't know. It seems to me that if you boil it down to like a group of people.
Yeah.
If it were me and you and a couple other people, and I started a company and sat in the office and made a couple phone calls while you guys went and built a bridge, then I got $3 million and gave you guys $30,000 each.
And you did all the work.
Yeah, and you guys did all the made the whole thing really happen.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend that these corporate bosses are actually doing much of anything besides spreadsheets and estimates and quotes and shit like that. It's not like they're out there doing, making magic happen.
Right.
And people will hate that, but I still think that there comes a point where if you're making so many billions of dollars of profit and you're paying somebody $7 an hour to make you that profit,
Right.
then there's a problem with it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of trust involved in those employees too, because most of the people only see those people as representing the company. They don't end up seeing the people behind the scenes that are planning it all out and doing that. So I see value on both sides.
Well, I do too. I mean, I know there's arguments on both sides. I just like to like to gloss over the whole thing and just have a little rant about profit, because profits are up, way up, but wages aren't.
Yeah.
I guess that's the whole problem. You start back at like 1930 or something, and you got workers' wages and executive pay, right?
Yep.
And profit involved in the graph. The executive pay and the profit goes skyrocketing up till now, and the workers' wages stays at a flat line.
Yeah. So
why didn't the wages follow that too?
What's the pie chart look like?
The pie chart looks like banana cream pie is at the bottom.
Okay.
We discussed that at lunch too.
Banana cream
But
pie.
hey, let me get my other political thing out of the way.
Okay, because you were rambling on, and I was gonna go. Okay, pump the brakes.
Yeah, you changed it to, but we'll go back to the pie chart in a second because that's a pretty interesting topic, I think. But just to get this one out of the way, somebody tipped me off to a really good analogy, I guess, about people who open carry, which I don't have any problem with.
Okay.
I don't have any problem. No Second Amendment issues. None of that stuff. I'm not saying any of that. People can have guns as much as they want to, but there's a problem that I didn't even think of.
Okay, what's that?
Say there's a shop owner that's worried about getting robbed, right?
Okay. Bowling shop.
Yeah, let's say it's a bowling shop in Livonia.
Okay.
And he's worried about getting robbed from all of his treasure at the bowling shop. So he's wearing a gun on his hip that's fully visible. That's the open carry thing. Everybody can see it. So now you should all be afraid of me, and don't try and rob me because you can visibly see my gun.
Right, because if I'm gonna rob something, it's gonna be a bowling shop, a bowling trophy shop.
Right, but let's just pretend for the sake of the analogy.
Okay.
Anyway,
are you dreaming again, Jerry?
No, but if you think about it another way, you might actually respect this idea. If you think about it another way, it's probably the most dangerous thing you can do is to carry it openly, because now somebody wants to come in and rob you, knows who to shoot first.
Right, and also what kind of gun you have. So,
they might shoot you for the gun.
You got that little pistol? I got a freaking Uzi, dude.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because they walk in, they see who's got the gun on the hip, they pull theirs and shoot you first.
Right.
You have no chance to even fight back. You should probably, I guess the point is, what I'm saying is you should probably conceal.
A concealed weapon would
rather
be nice.
than, yeah.
I would
concealed is probably preferable than to open, because open really just says, here's the whole thing. If
Don't
you're
fuck
open
with me.
carrying,
Yeah.
you might as well have a T-shirt that says "Shoot me first."
Yeah.
On it.
Fuck with me bad. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm a badass.
That's this week's Second Amendment statement.
Okay, so you got into politics again or something. Gun rights.
Yeah, not really. It was more like human nature.
That's true. Oh,
Speaking of human nature, Dav and I had banana cream pie
okay.
yesterday, and we had this discussion, you and I, and Lauren,
And Lauren, she works at a bakery.
about where banana cream pie falls in the pie spectrum.
The pie
which
chart.
you then started calling it the pie chart. We got to make one now
A
to
pie
show
with actual pie.
to show which pies are more important in the world, because nobody seems to think banana cream pie is a very important pie.
It's not on the list.
Right.
But I think it is
I
higher
don't like.
than...
I bet you half the pie chart is apple pie. Don't you think?
I'd say that and cherry pie.
And I don't like either one of those.
Yeah. What other
You-
pies?
And you mentioned this, and we can't have it. Cheesecake can't go on the pie chart, but it kind of should, because it's kind of a pie more than it's a cake.
You still slice it, yep. Pizza pie should be on the pie chart, but
That can't,
a
because that's not
different-
the same
it's
kind
not
of
a real-
pie.
Exactly. Blueberry pie and
No, right out.
chocolate.
That's the one that should be King Daddy, is the chocolate cream pie.
Are you pronouncing it properly?
Oh, wait, am I supposed to say chocolate?
Chocolate.
Or chocolate?
Chocolate. I don't know. What is the
I-
that was another discussion we had, was pronunciation shit.
Yeah, and I didn't get the link from her. I said, you should send it to us
Yeah. That's
to
Lauren.
see how things are supposed to be pronounced. She was really upset about milk and milk.
Mhm.
She was, she went on, she actually, I don't even know if she realized this, but she started going into the song without knowing it. She was saying either, or neither, or neither, and I didn't get a chance to go, let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know the song.
Exactly, that's
She's
what I thought was
17.
funny about it.
Oh.
But she rolled right through. I couldn't get in there for that joke. But she rolled right through.
She must get that from me, because
Mhm.
I let you roll right through. She is,
No, you just don't listen, and you just start up with something else.
that's not, or don't care.
You're supposed to care, because there are people out there that care about every one of these topics. We just don't know which part of which.
Yeah, so we've got listeners somehow. We don't know if they're
Yeah.
listening because of me and my topics, the stupid shit, or you and your political topics, or just the way we banter between each other and we're a bunch of idiots.
I don't know, but I think Bill is turning off the show right now.
Yeah. Well, he's arriving at work. We're 52 minutes in.
Oh yeah, Bill.
Unless there was an
So-
accident.
So I hope Bill's happier, because we did touch on a lot of current event stuff.
Yeah.
But this is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a bunch of comments from the Facebook on what kind of pies you think are important pies. What is your favorite pie?
Oh, I like the chocolate silk. You know, that pie? That's a good one.
Yep.
Or
What I don't want
pudding
you,
pie.
I don't want you to get to where I think you're going.
Which is what?
An obvious Davin place to go with pie.
Oh, God. Don't make me think, Jerry. Just tell me.
I'm not going to do it, because then that turns me into you.
Uh,
See, that's the problem with this whole exercise, is where I think you're going to say something repulsive and you're not doing it, then I have to say it. Now I'm just as bad as you
Yes.
for thinking
And-
about what you're supposed to say.
Yes, and you think that's just done on accident?
I don't know, but I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to leave it up to the listeners. I think everybody out there knows you well enough to know what kind of pie you probably would have been shouting about.
Yeah, I would prefer a different type of pie.
But I'm going to get pecan pie is what I like.
Are we going to talk about Taco Bell next week?
Why? Because Taco Bell broke Bill's car,
Mhm.
shot up. There was I don't know, on the first day, 5 times as many listeners as, unless it was just Bill listening to it over and over again.
Yeah, or is it because the type of pie I'm thinking about reminds me of tacos?
Maybe. That's really probably what we're thinking, Gavin.
Because I am in the gutter.
So, now that we got that out of the way.
Oh, Jerry.
Yes. Let's see. What else is there to wrap up? Outback has a new thing with their blooming onion. Did you see that?
No, what are they doing?
They're putting the Aussie cheese fries on top of the bloomin' onion.
Oh God, the bloomin' onion was like the worst thing for you in the world at a restaurant. It was like rated way up
I know, I
there.
remember that. Now that you say that, I remember that being like the worst thing you can eat at a
And
restaurant
now
is
they're
the
gonna
delicious bloomin' onion.
now they're gonna add the fries to it. Next is
Cheese
gonna be
fries.
next is gonna be the chili sauce, chili
Let's see.
cheese bloomin' onion.
Let's see, what time is it right now? Whoop, it'll be after the time that Lisa and I will be eating at Outback because we saw it on TV last night. So right now, while you guys are listening, we'll be no, they listen in the morning.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure it out. It's like 6 o'clock ish now, or 7 o'clock ish now.
those
We'll be-
commercials, man, they get you though. They get you
Oh,
to
to
want to
just-
go to
just-
Outback. Oh,
Yeah, the center cut sirloin, the way they show it to you.
it's never looks
Holy.
like they show it.
Actually, I've had good experiences at Outback. That usually comes out pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But I think we've only gone once in the last 6 years or so. But tomorrow is payday.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
today is payday
Yes.
for everybody. So I think that her and I are going to go get a nice steak and a bloomin' onion with
You're-
Aussie cheese fries.
You're having a date night with your wife. Oh.
The You Name It Show, brought to you by Outback Steakhouse and T&T Hog Removal.
Tay Hot and the bloomin' onion. Oh man.
And what are the name of the boards that we like, the cutting boards?
Oh, that would be bison blocks.
Bison block cutting boards. I wonder if Outback uses them. See how I did that? I merged two shout-outs to companies in
Yep.
one.
Hey, we helped out Chris this week.
Who's Chris?
Chris Staniforth.
Oh, that's right. I don't know if everybody saw that on the page, but because of the top class actions lawsuit type websites,
Yep.
he got a nice little check in the mail.
Because he went onto that website and he logged on, listened to Jerry's story, and it paid off. So we're paying off
Yep.
the listeners.
Yeah, he got a check for like $130 something, and I think it was for digital rights management.
Here's the bad part, Jerry. He's made
What?
more off of this show than we have.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you can't deny that. He's made the most money off of this show in one check.
One check from a website. Oh, I got a cutting board.
Not to mention the amount of money that I lose every month paying for this thing.
Yeah, shit. You need money to kick in. I can kick in money, dude. Because I'm
No, we're gonna do a GoFundMe. No, this is how this is gonna work. This will tie it all together in a neat bow.
okay.
What's gonna happen is that this show is gonna skyrocket, and we'll start making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Yeah.
I should say, I'll start making $100,000 a year, and you will get $14. That's what your pay will be.
No,
Just like today's corporate structure.
$11 an hour, like I pay Lauren.
Right.
Well, Davin,
I
you
get
didn't-
all the profit, you get nothing.
You didn't bring up any good topics, so you're only getting $2 for this episode.
Yeah, I spent years paying for the hosting of the podcast, so I get everything.
We
No, it would never work that way with me. I'm into the 50-50 partnerships all the way.
who is the actual You Name It podcast rights going to go to, so we don't get sued and you and I aren't named in any of that shit. We should
It'll
put
be our.
Peppy.
It'll be. Well, we'll have a shell corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should. We'll promote Peppy from unpaid intern to CEO, unpaid.
Intern.
Unpaid CEO. Not intern, he's got to be official.
Okay.
So Peppy will now be the CEO of the You Name It Corp. And that way he can go to jail for us.
Okay, that sounds good.
I was thinking about Chad earlier today, but he hasn't really done anything that deserves jail time like Peppy has.
Well, the way he was thinking about my daughter.
I don't know. I made it up about Peppy, too. He's never done anything.
You've
I'm
got
just
evil
trying to
thoughts.
I just want to see if anybody mentions that at the office. Like, what did Peppy do so bad? Then we'd know they listened to the end of the show.
Yeah. Oh, no.
He didn't do anything. Neither did Chad. Did Chad look at your daughter in a creepy way?
There was a comment made.
Hola, Lauren. Is that what he did?
No, it wasn't Ola. It was after we walked away. It wasn't made
great.
to her, but evidently there was some discussion going on, and
Great.
God.
Well, keep her out of the warehouse. You know what those places are like.
I know. I realize how old I am and how I need to learn how to assemble a handgun when when her dates come over. Assemble it real quick, cock it, and then disassemble it real quick and say, make sure she's home by 11.
Yep, I'm going to reverse my former statement. I think in this regard, you should always open carry whenever the date's picking her up.
Exactly.
There you go. That was it. Another full circle.
Oh, wow. We are over on time.
Yep, we sure are. But it's hopefully it made one listener happy, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Other than that, keep it going because really the downloads per episode are going up and up and up. So it's kind of fun to watch it. It's going at a steady pace. We haven't exploded, but it's funny.
Do you want to review everything we talked about today? And are you going to let me know what you're going to title it or no?
You just wait and see it. I got to go make 2 fried egg sandwiches.
Okay.
I will be posting the show while I cook fried egg sandwiches.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of You Name It.
Papa Wheelie, guys.
One. That was a terrible
yeah, Papa Wheelie.
impression.
Papa Wheelie. Papa Wheelie. I didn't even say finger.
No, you did.
Oh,
all right, this
shit.
is the real ending. Say Papa Wheelie one last time.
Papa Wheelie, guys.